Okay, Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. So I'm here again with a new video. We are starting with chapter 1, inshallah. The chapter 1 is cells, and we will be looking into the different aspects of this chapter, and we'll be following the learning outcomes. So let's begin. So as you can see that here I have actually pasted the page that indicates the learning outcomes of this chapter. In this chapter of cell, you have two main categories: the cell structure and its function, and then the specialized cells, tissues, and organs. So we are going to start with 1.11. Okay, how would we read it? How would we read the learning outcomes? 1.1 is the section cell structure and function, and we are going to study we are going to start with the first learning outcome: examine under the microscope animal and plant cells from any suitable locally available material using an appropriate staining technique such as methylene blue or iodine solution. So let's begin. So it's 1.1.1. Okay, so as we start with the chapter, the first learning outcome says, as I've told you, examine under the microscope. So firstly, we need to understand what microscope is and what are the parts of microscope. So the first thing that is visible here is, you can see it's a compound microscope. A compound microscope has multiple objective lenses. We have 3 objective lenses in this compound microscope. So let's quickly discuss the part of microscope. Usually this doesn't come in exam, but as when we are performing the practical, we should know that how to handle the microscope. So we should know the different parts of the microscope. So start from here. The base, okay, which is not mentioned here in the labeling, is the base. The base is something that holds the whole microscope. Usually it's a U-shaped base, and microscope is made up of metallic material. And then after the base, the thing that you'll see is this. This is frame. This is frame, or this is also known as the arm. The arm of the microscope. This helps us to hold the microscope, and also it is important to basically provide this stability to the overall structure of the microscope, right? So this is known as arm or the frame. Then we have, you can see there are different structures which are visible here. Let's talk about this first. There's a lens here, and this structure is known as the eyepiece. Eyepiece usually contain 2 or more lenses, and it's a cylindrical shaped structure. And this is the point from where we actually look into the microscope, right? So look into the specimen through this microscope. So you place your eye here, and then you look at the different structures which are placed here, right? So eyepiece. After eyepiece, you have another set of lenses here. These are known as objectives 1, 2, and 3. The objective basically is helpful in magnifying your objects. Okay, it helps you to magnify the object. We have 3 objectives. We use an objective that is enlarging your image 4 times, 10 times, and 40 times. You might have different type of objective lenses at your school or colleges, so it's okay. But the purpose is to magnify your image, right? So what we have discussed till now, we have talked about the base, we have talked about the arm or the frame, we have talked about the eyepiece, and we have talked about the objectives. Above the objectives, there is this ring-like structure. This is known as nose piece. This nose piece has the ability to revolve, and we can adjust different objectives by moving the nose piece. So objective lenses by moving the nose piece. Say, for example, if I want to look at this, I want to use this objective lens. So I have to, turn this or revolve this nose piece so that I can use this objective lens. If I want to change, then I can obviously rotate it. I can also revolve it so that I can use the other objectives. So this is how the nose piece works. Okay, this is a tube. The tube that connects the eyepiece with the objective lenses is known as body tube. Again, the labeling is not mentioned here, but remember, this is body tube. So the base, the arm, and then the objective lens, the body tube, I'm sorry, the eyepiece, the body tube, the nose piece, and then the objective lenses. Okay, the next is the stage. The stage is usually it's either circular or it's a square shaped structure, and a stage is where you are going to place your slide, your microscopic slide. Microscopic slide is a piece of glass on which you mount your specimen, and you have to place your specimen here. In this stage, there is a hole, and this hole is important for the for passing the light. This light will pass through it. So you have to place the slide on the stage. And with the help of these stage clips, once you know that where your specimen is present, you can fix your slide so that it does not move. It stays focused. So with the help of these clips of the stage clips, you can keep the slide at its own position, at the proper position, right? Other than that, what is important here is this mirror. This is known as the light source. So with the help of this light source, what happens usually, the light, the light rays strike on the mirror and then they reflect. And when they pass through the objective lenses and then through the nose piece and eventually to your eyepiece, you are able to see the image. So this is the light source. So you have to keep your um, you have to keep your microscope in a place which is well lit, well light. There should be sufficient light around, and in this way you would be able to see the image properly. And then you can see 1, 2, and 3 structures which are present here. Let's talk about this. This is known as coarse adjustment screw. The coarse adjustment screw is important for the initial focusing. You basically, with the help of this screw, you can move the body tube up and down in order to just focus on the object. Like I'll place my slide here, and then with the help of this screw, I'll gradually move my objective lens up and down. And when I'll move it up or down, there would be a point when I will be able to see my object. I would be able to see my object. I will be okay. So what is the function of the fine adjustment screw? The fine adjustment screw is important because it will help you to clarify the image. It will help you to see a clear, focused image. Okay, so once I will move the body tube in order to adjust with the help of coarse adjustment screw, and once it is adjusted, then I'll use the fine adjustment screw to clarify the image so that I should be able to see whatever is there very clearly. Okay, and what is the function of this? These are the joints which are known as inclination joint, and with the help of this, these are basically make the frame flexible. So you can tilt your frame at an angle in order to focus the light properly. There are at times, there's not sufficient sunlight or other lights are available and you're unable to focus, or you want to work while sitting and it's difficult for you to keep on standing for a longer period of time, then you can tilt your microscope so that you can see the image easily, or in order to focus the light, this will also be very helpful. So this is known as inclination joint. Let's quickly review the base, then the arm or the frame, the eyepiece, the body tube, the nose piece, the objective lenses, the stage. On the stage, we have stage clips. Then we have the mirror, and we have coarse adjustment screw to position the body tube, the fine adjustment screw for clarifying your image, inclination joint for setting your microscope at an angle. And one thing which we haven't discussed is this diaphragm or condenser. The diaphragm or the condenser basically controls how much light should pass through your slide. Okay, with the help of this condenser, you can basically control that either you need a lot of light or you need a small amount of light. So condenser is helpful in focusing, particularly when you're looking at very, very small living organisms like single-celled organisms. The condenser play a very important role. So it's very easy for you to focus on your object only. So this is all about the compound microscope. Okay, so we'll inshallah study further inshallah in the next class, next video. So keep watching my videos and please like and subscribe.